Oh boy, this was a adventure and a half to get running, and I'm still forgetting to do a few things, like plug this in. Come on, let me have my mouse. There we go. Okay. I'm just... This was an adventure and a half today. Hello, Jadens. Welcome to Minescape. For those who may remember my ramblings, no, this is not my Minecraft account. This is my sister's. Because I refuse to buy a new Minecraft account, but she's letting me use hers for this. So, there is that. This is literally... Wrong thing. Literally RuneScape Classic in... Well, RuneScape Old School in Minecraft. Which is great. I mean, it's not completed yet, not even all the free-to-play content, but still, it's better than trying to play free-to-play actual RuneScape Old School. That sucks. I mean, it's great you get to stay home. Sucks you're coming down with something, though. Especially given the current, everything going on. As you can probably tell from the side, I have put way more time into this than I probably should have. Jeez, I'm not having good luck with fishing. My spots keep running out. But yeah, I need to just ramble about this because it frickin' frustrates me. This stream was going to be started about an hour ago. But when I went to open Minecraft, it wasn't opening. Watching Task Manager, it was just getting to a certain amount of RAM. And then stalling out completely and not continuing to launch. Which, as you may guess, is quite confusing, because it's Minecraft. I'm running the latest version of Java. There was no reason it shouldn't have been launching it. Jesus Christ, these are running out fast. Then I decided to just start trying a few other random games to see if they'll launch. Earth Defense Force 4.1 launched. 5 launched. Okay, that works. That confirms that engine will launch. I then tried to launch Nuclear Throne, and it wouldn't launch. It was doing the exact same thing as Minecraft was. Okay, there's an issue going on. Something is preventing these from launching. So I went through Task Manager and just started ending everything that didn't look essential, and eventually things started working. I then opened Streamlabs to discover the webcam wasn't working. I had just restarted the computer before I went to bed, so the webcam hadn't stopped working because it just my computer wanted to restart. No, it just decided it wanted to be an ass and not launch. So I then had to restart the computer again. Yeah, I'm close enough to the point where I should just note these. And then once I got the computer restarted, something, and I still don't know what, because thank you, Microsoft, for being unbelievably vague with Windows services and what they are and what they do, was using literally the entire hard drive's capacity, like write speed, to do something. I don't know what. It clearly wasn't essential, because I ended it. After giving it about 20 minutes to sort out whatever it was doing, and it was still using the entire hard drive's write capacity, which was lagging everything out, and the stream would not be happening if that was still running, because literally the whole computer was stuttering every few seconds because its hard drive was completely being taken up. So that's been my morning, and that is... The coronavirus has not reached Nova Scotia yet, to my knowledge. it probably has. It's just whoever, the people that have it don't know they have it yet. I'm honestly really hoping to get robotic here before it takes hold, kind of thing. Also, these lag spikes like this just happen. It seems to be happening more because I'm streaming, but that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I did hear the news that Tom Hanks got it. And his wife, too. They both have it. They're both in quarantine. They'll probably be fine. I imagine, it basically equates to... It's only a major danger to people that weren't healthy. And I mean, just looking at the two of them, they're clearly healthy. So... they're almost certain to be fine. And yes, this will basically just be a stream of me skilling. I do have a Slayer quest to kill a lot of green dragons, but with this many people online, there's not going to be many green dragons to shoot at. Yeah, I'm trying to stay calm about the whole coronavirus thing because I know I'll be fine. At least I'm 90% certain I'll be fine. Even if I get it, I'll probably still stream. Because I'm me, let's face it. I'm not going to stop. Yeah, there goes the ping climbing. This is also a normal thing. I should put a link to this in the description because this is a really cool thing. For anyone that likes RuneScape, this is really cool. Like, I'm on Karmja now, but I'll show off an actual... For a second I thought my inventory was full, but now that was just lag happening. I'll show off Lumbridge in a bit. This is what less blocky, but this is what I imagined RuneScape would look like by the time I was this age. Like, this is basically, childhood me's dream of what RuneScape would be. Only this is a little clunkier than RuneScape used to be, even back when I played it as a kid. But that's to be expected. This is damn impressive for Minecraft. Especially considering, while this has been in development for 2 years, it's really good. Like, they have a fair bit of content in it already, and some quests. Like, they have quests working. They just don't have many of them. I know I'm probably overly impressed by the quests, but, I'm guessing I'm not lagging as much as that Underwear Man is. Basically, yeah. It's old school RuneScape, free to play, in Minecraft. Only it doesn't have all the free to play content yet. It's still in early beta. Like, as you can probably see from the text box there. Like, they have clue scrolls working. They have... a lot of the mobs exist. Most of the skills exist. I think the only ones missing are the ones that I still have at level 1, only I think Herblore actually does exist. I could be wrong. I've not seen an enemy drop any weeds, so I don't think it exists. And crafting might. No, crafting does. I know for certain crafting does. Yeah. Because there's people making these things. I am very tempted to start making diamond amulets. Yeah, it's not quite that close to me, but it's still concerning. But it's something to worry about, but it's not something to panic over. Not unless, like, you know, you're immunocompromised, basically, or you're really old. And even then, people that are really old are basically just immunocompromised. So, you know, their immune systems are weaker because they're older. It doesn't do anyone any good to panic over it, though. Jeez, these are not lasting long. Again, it's probably because there's so many people trying to fish from them at this point that the game's just like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. There will be a live stream tonight on Twitch. It'll be Friday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, you know, it's Friday. So, Friday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, it's just lag spike. I may have been here fishing for a while. I started fishing here at 40. I'm at 53 now. It has been basically double experience the entire time. Because that's a thing. They have a vote pool for turning on double experience. And, well, it expires every 2 hours, but usually every time it expires, people on World 1 vote for it to come back, and it comes back. Because there's probably a good 100 or so people on World 1 at just about any time. Which I don't overly understand, because it's literally the furthest from where your mouse is initially, but, you know, I guess people just want to be on World 1. I play on World 9, because it's pretty much the closest to where your mouse is when selecting worlds. And I'm lazy. It also tends to have the fewest people on it for some reason. Like, I've poked around to the other worlds, and they have more people for some reason. But yeah, I will probably here soon move off to doing at least something else. I want to show Lumbridge at least. That place is freaking beautiful. And I've not been in Old School for quite a long time, but it honestly looks like, mostly like RuneScape 3's Lumbridge, not Old School's from what I remember. But, you know, that's mostly because they have their snazzy cosmetics thing, because, you know, as you can see at the top, you can purchase ranks, treasure chests, and cosmetics at store.minescape.me. I couldn't see myself purchasing anything from them, but I understand that running a server the size they have is gonna be problematic and costly. Yes, there is. I'm still just working on what I'm gonna do for it. Because with the streams split between YouTube and Twitch, I don't know if I want to just do them on, say, YouTube, or if I want to do them on Twitch and then edit them down into actual, like, videos to post on, YouTube. And if I do the latter, of stream them on Twitch and then edit them down and post them on YouTube, I would want an actual stream overlay first, so that, you know, I can have the chat permanently on the screen so that no one misses anything if I decide to keep chat going. This is the only mildly annoying part of frickin' Minescape, is the click this thing for a tiny amount of bonus XP. That would actually be a small chunk if double XP wasn't on all the time. I should probably go to Lumbridge now, because I plan on cooking all of this fish. I want swordfish before I start training up my melee stats. I mostly just want the ability to cook swordfish. I'll probably be eating the tuna for actually training. I know lobster's better, but lobster would have meant I would have had to have left the island and got my lobster pot. So, home teleport. And welcome to Lumbridge. Which reminds me, I do have a daily reward to claim, I believe. Because that's a thing. They have login bonuses. That'll be some stuff. What was it I was gonna try training? Right, I want rune crafting stuff. Rune crafting. Rune crafting. Save me effort. Hey, a Mind Tiara. I don't know where the Mind Altar is, but hey, a Mind Tiara. So much easier getting rune essence this way. Yeah, I may as well step out this way. It's just... This... Maybe I'm just overly impressed, but this is how I imagined RuneScape would look. Just a little, you know, it's a little more blocky, but I mean, they even have Bobs here. Got Bob. I'll take some money. So I'm just gonna drop it there. I'll take 120 gold. There's like no gold, but you know. I mean, there are definitely NPCs that are missing. But like, I love this. There's about 400 people online at peak times, so I couldn't tell you if that means it's popular or not, other than saying that. I imagine this one is slightly more popular than any other possible RuneScape Minecraft servers, because Sir Pugger played this one. But like, this is what I mean by it feels like they took the RuneScape 3 thing, but this might just be something that exists in old school. Because I know in RuneScape 3 there's like a bank chest like right there, and you can just bank chest run over here and use the facilities, and yeah, there's a ton of bots even in RuneScape 3 that just run back and forth. They might be Venezuelans, who knows. I doubt RuneScape 3 gold is worth all that much. But I want to get cooking. They do have the kitchen cellar bank chest, which is nice. This NPC has failed to load. Hey, all the NPCs are failing to... I think I'm lagging. I might have to relog. Well, I don't need the NPC to cook. This is just weird. Okay. I lagged out. Hello, Alex Braun. This probably isn't reacting too well to, you know. To me streaming it. Ah, okay. Oh man, this means I can potentially just call you Braun Strowman. If you know who that is, and you watch random televised dramas of people pretending to fight each other. I can't say much. I like wrestling. The only issue I've been having with this is noted items don't like being banked. You have to deposit inventory to get them to frickin' bank. It's kind of annoying. Give me tuna. I cook tuna. Long story short, he's a big, strong dude. He flipped an ambulance. So, you know. It appears they forgot to texture burnt tuna. That or mine's just not loaded it. Right, I can't drop things while doing that. Mine does appear to have forgotten to load the burnt tuna. It's fine, though. It's kind of buggy. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, this is early beta, so it makes sense. Might just be the burnt tuna doesn't have a thing. So I remember burnt fish being its own thing. Like every burnt fish just became burnt fish. Welcome to the RuneScape skilling experience. How may I help you? And yeah, there will be a Friday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream tonight. But I was awake in time to do this stream. It just started in nearly an hour late because thank you, computer, for being a complete ass. And I did try building prediction crawlers, and I think I made a decent enough build of it. I can't remember my deck list off the top of my head, though. I will have it tonight, though. I just hope my computer isn't an ass when it comes to setting everything up for tonight. Right, I forgot to... That way I can actually keep up with what's going on. Whether I'm cooking or burning the tuna. Yep. I'm not confident I'll end up having Animal Crossing on the exact release day. Because somebody was being a jerk and I just accidentally ate a tuna. That's another issue. And it's purely because we have it pre-ordered the exact same way we pre-ordered the Pokemon games. So, which is pre-ordering through EB Games. I'm hoping that EB Games will decide to mail out the games, you know, on Thursday so that they arrive Friday. But I know how EB Games works. They're gonna wait until Monday to mail out the games, and I'll probably have Animal Crossing by Wednesday. Because thank you, Nintendo, for making it a Friday release. I just hope the Postal Service doesn't get shut down. Which might potentially happen. Though it probably won't happen for a good while yet, it's still something that might happen. I don't quite understand megaliths myself. Like, they just seem like a ritual archetype that doesn't need a ritual spell. But at the same time, they don't feel any stronger than, like, Necros. Only Necros still has, you know, their one Unicorn and Trishula and, you know... the ability to pretty easily spam out 3 ritual monsters in a single turn, and then link them all away into that one freaking link monster that is made using 3 ritual monsters, basically becomes Bloom Diva on steroids. I couldn't tell you. I've only looked at them and went, these look complicated, and then looked away. Whoop, I accidentally dropped a tuna. Give me my tuna back. Right. Whoop. Did it. Okay, I didn't just drop that. I almost dropped my bow. I'm not good at buttons. I mean, I could have just bought a new bow. It's not like this is a valuable bow. It's literally just a maple bow. Maple longbow. I should have just gave in earlier and just streamed, like, warships or something. Fair enough. Also, I'm tempted purely because of seeing how generic the support is, and I forget what the archetype's called. That new archetype that's full of nothing but, like, cute little bunnies and stuff. I want to make Ojamas in that. Because it is basically just generic beast support. Level 2 beast support at that. So... I could use that to search any Ojama. It's great. Stardew Valley's amazing. Sadly, my Let's Play save doesn't exist any longer because it was not set up to cloud save, and my old desktop died. So I remember on the PS4 Stardew Valley, both me and my oldest brother were playing at it, and we both had very different ways of going about the game. He was playing it like Harvest Moon, building a big farm and trying to make all of his money with farming and using spare days to go into the mines. I was playing it like frickin' pro bass fishing and spent literally every day. Like, I had a tiny farm, like a tiny plot. It was maybe like 3x3. No, I had like 3 of those. I had 3 3x3s that I had various vegetables growing in just so I could complete the town hall stuff. But the rest of my time, I just spent fishing. I would use the money I got from fishing to fund buying more food so I could fish more efficiently. And doing dungeon stuff, so that basically I ended up getting to the bottom of the dungeon first. And while he's constantly complaining he's out of money and he needs money to do all this stuff, I'm rolling in millions and have nothing to spend it on because I'm not farming, really. Fishing is like the best way of making money in that game. I mean, that's just what happens when you take someone who grew up in a fishing town and frickin' throw them into a game that has fishing. I'm gonna fish. That was a lot of tuna cooked. Fishing's good even in the late game. From what I remember, fishing is legitimately the best moneymaker. If you ever need money, fishing is your go-to. Or at least it should be. And once you get used to the little fishing minigame, like, you'll almost never miss a fish unless the game decides to be an absolute jerk. There are some of those summer fish that are just evil. Though I've also legitimately never made it to winter, so I don't know if winter fishing is any harder than summer fishing. But I know spring and fall is really easy. And summer, those frickin' sea cucumbers. It isn't even always them. Sometimes it's the pufferfish that just decide, I'm gonna never stop moving now and go up and down faster than your reel can move. Straight from top to bottom, you're gonna lose this one. And you have no say in the matter. I suppose it also helps my going into Stardew Valley that, like, when we got it, I was still very much playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. So, like, my brain was still stuck on fishing is money. Fish equal money. Because that's just how it is in New Leaf. And I imagine that's how it'll be in New Horizons as well. Is fish will equal money. I know the best moneymaker in Animal Crossing was bugs, but fishing was more fun. So I did fishing. Like, going to the island and just catching bugs was the best moneymaker. But, you know, fishing was, you know, you actually had to try. So, you know. Indeed. Fishing does equal stonks. How far am I from being able to cook my swordfish? Okay, I'm only 4 levels away. 3 levels away. Need to check something. I have a... Ah, okay, that's why I have a DM. If Nintendo is smart, no. There won't be something similar to that. Because that made, like, that made the home loans a joke. Either that or they're going to need to make the home loans higher than they've ever been. Because, like, from one night of collecting bugs, you could pay off basically 3 loans. So... especially if you just ditched all of the bugs that weren't worth as much and only kept the bugs that were worth the most. You did have to play at night, but to be fair, and the night bugs start coming out by around like 9 p.m. your time, you know, wherever your local time is. So... I'm tempted. Also, I'm really low on the camera again because I moved it up because I was sitting on my foot. I'm honestly tempted, like, probably the Thursday before New Horizons is supposed to come out, of firing up City Folk for a day stream. Though I think my Wii is still set for 24 hours, like 12 hours opposite. So, I might have to do it as a night stream, but I'll do a stream of it just to visit my old City Folk save before New Horizons. Because, I mean, I do have my City Folk stuff on the channel here. The whole story behind how I even started that still, like, that was a moment I was heavily considering just deleting my YouTube channel and quitting, because I screwed up big time. Even thinking of it now, like, I screwed up big time. For those who don't know what happened, basically for those who haven't seen my finale episode of Animal Crossing Wild World, for some context, that was my video series that was actually getting views. People were watching it. People clearly liked it. To a degree, anyway, because there were people watching it. Yeah, my Wii works perfectly fine, too. I just had to change the clock so that I could record at night, because recording during the day isn't exactly an option, because I basically need silence, and when people could just randomly show up at the house, or just randomly come down into the basement, I'd have to stop everything I'm doing and wait, and that's just time-consuming for me, and I'd rather just do it at night, where I'm not going to have many, if any, interruptions. But, yeah, basically I was doing Wild World, and I was doing it emulated, because I don't have the money for a DS capture card. And Nintendo doesn't give you a way of capturing naturally from the DS or anything, so I was doing it emulated. And in my test runs, I had done... I'd made a save state to see how it would handle a save state. And one day, as I was panicked getting set up for a recording session, I dropped my microphone, because I was just using this little thing on its little tripod at the time. I dropped it, and it pushed the F1 key. Anyone knows anything about emulators, you'll know the F keys are almost exclusively the save states. I loaded that save state I did from testing. I lost everything. In one dumb mistake because I was rushing and I dropped the microphone. Why would you want to play FNAF in Minecraft? I can understand RuneScape, because RuneScape is a positively miserable experience playing on the actual version. But FNAF, just play the actual FNAF. It being in Minecraft is just going to make it hilarious. It's not going to make it scarier. It's not even going to make it scary, period. FNAF isn't exactly the scariest to begin with. But, you know. So why play Minecraft on a console? I mean, I get it's a game that could work on a console, but still. Building with sticks. Ugh. I mean, I understand consoles are cheap, and a lot of people have consoles because they're cheap. But, I mean, Minecraft will work on even a frickin' potato. But yeah, when I did mess up the Wild World thing, like, I was very distraught. Like, I am very glad that Robotic was still awake that morning, because this was nearing, like, 7 a.m. Because it was a Saturday, I'm pretty sure, like, Saturday in-game. So, I needed to be awake. Was that a Saturday or was it a Sunday? No, it was a Saturday if I was up that late, because 12 hours apart. 8 a.m. is 8 p.m. And, like, I was just freaking distraught. I had no idea what to do. I was literally considering just deleting my YouTube channel and just quitting YouTube entirely because I had screwed up big time. Best moneymaker? I'd personally say thieving. Get your thieving up. It's pretty easy to train the initial levels, and regular men and women aren't going to give you much in the way of GP. But this little guy tends to get stuck here quite a lot, so you can just stand and, you know, pickpocket. Just over and over again. It's stuck on me being leveled up. Ah, there we go. It was attempting, I just couldn't tell. Handy to have food while doing this. But, like, it's quick, easy experience. And if this guy doesn't happen to be stuck, or somebody kills him, because that'll happen, there are other men over here who also get stuck pretty reliably. You get 3 GP per thieving of a man or woman. Then farmers give you 9. Warriors give you something like 30. Once you get to warriors, you'll go through a bit of food, but food isn't hard. You can generally, while hunting a farmer, you can get, well, while pickpocketing the farmer, you can just go and kill some chickens, cook some food on his range, and then ta-da, food. It's probably not the fastest, but it's definitely the easiest. It's how I made my initial money. If you get really lucky, you can find a clue scroll, which will give you about this much gold. So, aside from that, iron arrows are very popular. Everyone wants iron arrows because that's what people are using for fighting green dragons. Rune essence is really good money. You can generally... I was hearing people were selling it for like 70 GP of rune essence, which makes trips to doing rune essence pretty easy. I will note, you do have to do rune mysteries to gain access, so do rune mysteries. Then go mine some rune essence. You'll get a tiny bit of mining experience, and you'll have the rune essence you can then sell on the GE. Willow logs are also good money, but you need to train up your woodcutting a bit for that. I imagine oak logs would also sell for a decent amount, as people are training up their fire making or fletching. Yeah, I still don't think I've got it entirely figured out yet. I forgot to drop my burnt fish up there, so looks like I'm dropping it down here. I'm trying to think of the ways I made my initial money. I spent most of it on adamant arrows, so I can't even show how much I had, but I had like 30k. Spent all of it on adamant arrows. Have like 102 of them left. I never actually tried selling cowhides. But I imagine they would actually be worth a fair little bit. They usually are, because it's the easiest crafting experience. So... Okay, I'm just lagging a bit. Fair enough. Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound the best, but... To be fair, that is still a fair chunk of money, given most of the stuff you're buying is still going to be from NPCs. Like, prices aren't anywhere near as high as they are in normal RuneScape, so... You can sometimes get things actually cheaper than the NPC price buying on the Grand Exchange. Like runes, you can quite often find them for like 3 GP a piece when they're 4 from the NPC. So... I've never tried selling them, but I imagine headless arrows would also be a good money maker. And pretty easy. You would just need a knife and some feathers. And feathers are easy, and a knife is also easy. Just take 30 GP and go to Karmja and pick up the knife off the ground. Teleport home. Yeah, if you felt like dealing with smelting iron, like I said, iron arrowheads are going, well, iron arrows in general are going to be things that'll probably sell pretty well, because everyone wants them. So as long as you're undercutting the NPC price, you'll probably make some money. I myself don't overly understand why everyone's using iron arrows for the green dragons, but that's only because when I was using adamant arrows, it was going much faster than using iron arrows. I mean, yeah, they're worth more, and you have to worry about people stealing your arrows, because people will steal your arrows. They'll steal your arrows even if you're using iron arrows. It's because everyone wants arrows. Arrows are good money. I wouldn't even be fighting green dragons if I didn't have a Slayer quest for it. I have a lot of green dragon loot to sell, but I'm keeping it so I can keep track of how many I've killed. I have to kill 63 of them. I think I'm on like 20. It went from 90 spiders to green dragons. Like, I was Slayer level 6. And it's like, green dragons, go kill them. It's like, what? Why? Why green dragons? Let's actually see where... Here it is. I'm at 29. Aside from these, this has been my loot so far. I've gotten 3 rune daggers. Like, they definitely... Well, I suppose it's not the entire loot, because I've been storing my nature runes. But they don't seem like bad money makers. Except these don't sell. These won't sell, and I know it. This won't sell, and, you know, none of this really will sell on the Grand Exchange, except the d'hide, the bones, the ore... The runes, probably. The daggers. And even the adamant ore might not sell. If only we could all be as lucky as Sir Pugger and find someone that just wants to buy thousands of raw fish for a lot of money. Watching Sir Pugger is what legitimately got me back interested in Minecraft, RuneScape. I keep wanting to say Minecraft because that's what I'm looking at. Brain, come on. I also haven't been awake that long. I've been awake for like 2 hours at this point, a little over that. I almost put tuna in that. I'm smart. And yeah, I'm not sure how good it would be when it comes to thieving experience, but once you get to... what level even is it? 22. There is a working wine stall in Draenor Village. So, you can go and steal wines and stuff from it, but I also don't know how good the money is. I don't know if anyone's actually buying wine. I could actually test that. I mean, I have wine. I could throw some onto the GE. So, see if it's selling and what it's selling for at its lowest anyway. Because just because it says something's selling at a low, for a high price or low price, doesn't mean it actually is. That is something I've learned. I'll actually do that really quick. It's only going to cost me a single wine. I know these are things that on regular RuneScape sell for a decent little chunk. Not as much as like Wines of Zamorak, but you know. Let's see. Lowest possible price. No, they're not selling. Nobody wants wine. It's probably because they know they can just... Give me my wine. Probably because they know they can just thieve it, so... Guess that isn't a good way of making a bit of money. For now, anyway. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about, the whole Animal Crossing thing, like, I legitimately, like, through talking with Robotic that night, well, that morning, I basically, I looked at my bank account and was like, okay, I've got, like, $25. I wonder if I can get City Folk. Because technically City Folk, if I remember right, was technically the sequel game to Wild World. It had more events in it. It, in my opinion, is the better game. It's not portable, but it actually has events happening. And I went looking, and I found a used copy of the game for literally just under the amount of money I had. I needed my sister to spot me like $1, and she did. And then I just needed to wait for it to arrive. Because, like, I already had the Elgato. Like, at that point, I was literally just like, okay, I'm just gonna delete the channel, I'll sell the Elgato, I'll get back a bit of the money I put into it, and, you know, just give up, because clearly I'm not meant to be doing this, was my literal line of thought. Yep, lagging again, I think I might be, yep. So I think I might be about to time out again, but no. This is definitely not happy I'm streaming it. I mean, I'm glad I kept going. Because I do legitimately enjoy streaming and making videos and doing this stuff. So, I mean, I've always enjoyed making people happy. And just knowing that my content does make some people happy, well, that's enough for me. Though I have had quite a few people ask me if I'm ever going to do another Wild World Let's Play. And no, I've got one. It's already... I've done basically everything Wild World has to offer already. I have no reason to ever do it again. Like... There are still some things I haven't done in City Folk. Like, there are some events I didn't take part in. And it's because they happened after I decided to end City Folk, but before I had initially started in the run of a year. So there's like a 3 or 4 month gap I didn't do anything for. Because my initial plan was to do City Folk for an entire year. And I was out of things to do, and literally every video was basically the exact same thing. Of, I either fish or catch bugs while rambling about some topic. Basically, the streams. I do something mundane while rambling about random, unrelated things. And I had intended to go back and do events that I had missed. But then I hit the point of like, well, there's bound to be a new Animal Crossing coming soon. I'm just gonna wait. Year or so later, Nintendo's finally like, hey, new Animal Crossing! It's like, god damn it, Nintendo. Took you bloody long enough. I think it would actually be something like 2-3 years later. Took them a long time. I suppose technically they did release the mobile game in that time, but I don't count that as an actual Animal Crossing game. I just don't. Maybe I'm the silly one, but I just really don't classify it as an actual game. It is a mobile app. It doesn't, from what I played of it, it doesn't have enough game to it for me to consider it a game. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't quit as well. Yeah, I didn't even get New Leaf when it was new. I wanted to, but I just couldn't. Like, I remember the year it came out, I was going to get it for my birthday, because it came out before my birthday, if I remember right. But when I went to get it, there was none at the Walmart in Digby, and that was the only game store. Walmart was all we had. If Walmart didn't have it, it wasn't in Digby. So, you know, I couldn't get it then. And then, around the time that Chugga's Let's Play of it came out, I got reminded of it, like, hey, I wanted that. And I have money now, because I was working cleaning at the time. So I had money. I could buy things. So I just bought a digital copy of it. I kind of regret buying the digital instead of a physical copy, because I want a physical copy of it. I know I have the digital too, but I want a physical copy. As silly as this sounds, I want a vast game collection. Like, I want that. I want to have a room that just has shelves lined with games. Because, as you might guess, I like games. I like old games. I like all games. Except the ones that really suck, like Fortnite. Also, I don't think I said hello to Arlie Roth or Predator 13. So hello to both of you, if either of you are still around. I actually have a nice little stack of Animal Crossing amiibo cards because of I was that into New Leaf. I just like Animal Crossing. And I think just about everyone that's played Animal Crossing has a story about Animal Crossing. And everyone that plays it also has an animal they have a crush on. Don't deny it. All of you do. Everybody that's ever played it has a crush on some animal. Like, that game, literally, like, for me, my Animal Crossing story is... It very much helped me when I was at my loneliest. Like, you know, it's the reason why I can understand why people are so, like, attached to, like, dating simulators and such. There is just something about having, you know, anything actually care that you exist. Okay, yeah, it's just the tuna. Doesn't have a texture. Okay. Jeez, I'm burning a lot of this. I was hoping my cooking would be high enough that I wouldn't burn most of this. But it's fine. I didn't spend like 2 hours fishing all of this for expecting to get most of it. Totally not. No, I only expected to get like an inventory, maybe 2 of cooked swordfish, so... My hopes were not high when it came to cooking it. Wait. Drop, 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 drop. All the burnt swordfish go away. And also, my Animal Crossing crush is was Pippi. And Isabelle, of course, but I mean, it's Isabelle. I'm still honestly a bit surprised they actually put Isabelle in Smash and made her actually fight people. Like, I think everyone would have been completely okay if Isabelle was just like an assist trophy that just gave everybody a hug. Like, made the fighting stop and gave everybody a hug and then left. Like, everyone would have been fine with this. I should have put on music for this. Because there isn't really music in-game. There is apparently a way to listen to the old school music, but it takes effort. And I'm not one for effort. I put in enough effort just getting the stream working, jeez. 51 voice cracks. That's right, kids. You never grow out of having voice cracks. I mean, hell, I'm nearly 25 and voice cracks. All the time. Though it might just be because I haven't talked a whole lot through my life, so, you know. Might have something to do with it, but, you know. Who can really say? I was gonna cook that other fish, but I might just see about selling it. Get a nice view of this guy's face from the inside. I wonder where the mind altar is supposed to be. Because I kind of want to make mind runes. Those are the most obnoxious of the runes. Because nearly everything needs them. At least everything small. And I'm too lazy to make bigger runes. Well, you can't make bigger runes, but I'm too lazy to use the bigger spells. Be the best way of putting it. Yeah, okay, 422 cooked tuna. Yeah, let's gimme. Let's see if these even sell. I'm only gonna try to sell them for one, because they hold no value to me. I don't really care. Actually, I might push the price up a little bit. I don't know. I don't imagine people are gonna be going out of their way to buy herring and sardines, though. That is the thing. Yeah, those aren't gonna sell on the GE person. That's it. 1 should be, nope, 5. There we go. Hey, they're not at 1, so they're not selling for that price, though. Let's try the herring. That should be 6. How about the herring? Herring is also not selling. I am going to leave it there, though. See if it sells. It just sold. Give me muns. I mean, the sardines haven't, but I can understand. It is sardines. I may as well see if I can get a green dragon. If I can't, I might just go fight some hill giants. Just to train up my ranged a little more. Because I should really have 40 before, Wait, I don't want 8. Give me 6. This is just my oh shit food, so I don't really want a lot of it. This is just my, oh, I didn't safe spot properly. I'm being killed now. Because, I mean, it is green dragons. Though they have added the wilderness. I don't know why they haven't moved green dragons into the wilderness yet. Price of everything green dragon would go up quite a lot. And there would undoubtedly still be ways to safe spot them, so I'd probably just take my bow and arrows out there. Because you do drop everything when you die. Doesn't matter what you have, what you're doing. You drop everything when you die. So... sheep. I wouldn't want to lose a whole lot of stuff. Lag spike. That'll probably happen a few times. I also still really cannot get used to Minecraft's auto-jumping. It messes me up so much. I'm used to that not being a thing. I know I can turn it off, but I'm used to, you know, jumping normally and not getting near an edge and jumping because I got near an edge. I just want to keep sprinting, but I'm too lazy to turn it off. And yeah, hopefully I can keep waking up around the time I did today as well. Because that would be very convenient for keeping the stream going. Like, the day streams going. And for anyone wondering, the green dragons are currently in the Dwarven Mine. Assuming they haven't been moved. I haven't checked change logs. But I'm assuming they're still where they were. One could assume, anyway. And hill giants are where they should be. It's just green dragons weren't where they should be. There's also a permanent fire by the barbarian village fishing spots. Which is beautiful. Tempted to pick up that guy's arrows. Oh, it's just some cooked meat. You know what? Arrow. 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 Give me arrows. Yoink. Yoink. I mean, I feel a little bad doing that, but it's extra arrows for hunting green dragons. Don't know why he wouldn't just be meleeing them or fighting hill giants, but, you know. It's up to him, really. Though his range might not be high enough for green dragons, but probably is for hill giants. You don't really need a high range to kill hill giants. I see someone tried to close the trapdoors leading down here, but they don't actually cover the entryway, which is good. Because if they did, people would probably close them all the time, because people get really salty if you quote unquote steal their green dragon spot. Oh yeah, green dragons are still here. Look at this. This is why I didn't just come here. You got a guy safe spotting it there. Let's see. There's a guy doing it over here, I'm guessing. Or not. He was here, but he's left. Ah, jeez. Mine now. He's probably off banking. I feel bad. I'm only gonna kill this one and then leave. I will pick up the loot he left behind, though, because it's extra stuff. I can sell it to NPCs if nothing else. But, like, I was reliably hitting 7s with adamant arrows. Now I'm only hitting 3s. Oh, there's a 6. This just takes so much longer with iron arrows. It's more cost effective, but eh. Who cares about money? I should also replenish my prayer at some point. Because I could rather use the prayer replenishment. It's not like I'm even high enough to use any prayers yet, but you know, well, any prayers that matter. Don't have no protection prayers yet. Only have prayer of 15. Don't even know if the protection prayers work yet. They might not. I should also really train my melee skills up a bit. I mean, I have those rune daggers. I could be using a rune dagger to kill things. There are so many skills I want to train, and I train them so schizophrenically. Like, just looking at my stats should tell you that. Give me smithing, I guess. So that's another thing I want to train up, is my mining and smithing. I want to at least be able to make adamant gear. Making rune would be great, but I don't even know where to mine rune, so... I've yet to figure that one out. I'm gonna guess it's down here in the mining guild, assuming the mining guild is actually where it should be. Actually, there's been no one else come along here. I might just stay here. I do need to kill green dragons. And yeah, that loot's vanished. Little boy, iron plate legs. I know, like, the proper safe spots up there. But here works. Like, it's still 2 squares away from me, so it's not gonna actually do anything. And this right here is why only meleeers usually carry food. I carry a bit of food because, well, this safe spot isn't a guarantee. Really no safe spot is. Unless it's like a pillar on its own. If you can get there, the mob can get there too. Yeah, I will say, if anyone watching this wants to play and doesn't quite know how, the server is just minescape.me. That's its address. You just join that, and you join. You go through the whole tutorial island and such, and yeah. There is also an EU and an Australian server. All of which, as far as I can tell, share stats, so... Because I've connected to the EU one before. I have both the regular and the EU servers saved. So Though you do need to be on version 1.14.4 for it to work. Hooray, ranged of 38. I think it's 40 I need for the next bow. Yeah. And then it moves off to crossbows, which I'll probably eventually end up with a rune crossbow. I actually wonder. Okay, you can make adamant limbs. Because I remember seeing people being in the chat like, where can I get it? Where can, how much does an adamant crossbow sell for? And someone's like, they don't. You can craft it, so. You can get adamant ore from killing these things, so even if you can't mine it, adamant ore still exists. So. I don't think there's any tangible difference between longbows and shortbows in this, so I've been just using longbows. The on-paper stats are the same for both, so I just use the longbow, because why not? If I remember right, in proper RuneScape, the longbows are better. Might be the shortbows. No, it's shortbows are better, I think. Because they attack faster. But in this, everything happens about the same rate. I think they attack faster. I forget what the differences are. It's been so long since I even cared about old school RuneScape stats and stuff. Purely because, well, I don't have a membership, and playing free-to-play old school sucks. Like, the only tangible moneymaker an old school player has is green dragons in the wilderness, and there are PKers out there, because they know that. Because every other moneymaker in free-to-play is botted so heavily. Like, last I was on, I couldn't even find oak trees to cut that weren't just crowded by bots. Mining was much the same. Like, there's just nothing you can do other than bash things with a stick, and you better be bashing things with a stick that no one else wants to bash with a stick, or else it's botted to death. Come here, buddy. Like, I know members is very different, but it's still very annoying. Because, like, I don't have the $7 to pay for a membership. Like, I legit just don't have that. And back in the day, playing RuneScape was nice. You could do it free to play without seeing bots everywhere. But yeah, it does take a while for me to kill green dragons. I mean, I've only got a range of 38, so but I need to kill them for Slayer, so or else I would not be here. I'd be shooting cows or goblins in the face. Probably cows, because they have more HP. Thus, more experience gained per cow. Though I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I've actually been playing RuneScape longer than some of my viewers have been alive. I remember such an old version of RuneScape. Like, I started just after RuneScape 2 became a thing. Like, that's when I first started playing RuneScape. And I played it pretty consistently until, like, I was, like, 17. And then I stopped. 16, 17, somewhere around there. And then I picked it back up again recently. And going from, like, 2012, 2013, my RuneScape to frickin' nowadays, oh god, old school is just bleh. RuneScape 3 is pretty fun, though. And actually has content for free-to-play players that isn't botted to hell because they actually have working bot detection. I know it's just kind of a thing to give Jagex crap. Like, I know they're working hard to clear out the bots. And it can't be easy. Like, it can't be. But at the same time, there aren't many bots in RuneScape 3, so that makes me think it is easy. They just enjoy the fact that the bots inflate the player count for old school RuneScape. Because they do. I mean, there's no denying that. Oh, hey, Rune Dagger. Give me stuff. Rune Dagger. Rune Daggers probably aren't worth very much, because, I mean, every one of these green dragons is being camped on every single world. Yeah, that guy doesn't even have a dragon to attack, so he's probably going to try and steal someone else's, because that is generally how this goes. If I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be here. Like, I usually only like fighting the green dragons, like, early in the morning. Like, 4 or 5 a.m.-ish. Because there's only, like, 20 people online. Even then, there will still be, like, 4 people in here. At least on World 9, there will only be about 20 people online. Oh boy, that ping. Beauty is, I don't feel that ping. So... I mean, I kind of do when it came to picking up that stuff, but that can happen on a ping of, like, 30 as well, so. I actually wonder if, like, a mithril crossbow would actually be dealing more damage. Guaranteed drops is the green dragon hide and dragon bones. Otherwise, it's things like rune daggers, law runes, nature runes, iron plate, well, steel plate legs for some reason. Various loot. I need to kill them for Slayer, so that's why I'm hunting them. They're currently the best money making because, well, green dragon hide, dragon bones. The dragon bones are the best way of training prayer right now, and green dragon hide is, well, it's the best ranger armory that's currently available. So as far as I can tell, they have most of their regular drop table. So. A thing to note as well of why this is taking so long is I'm combat level 34. They're combat level 79. Green dragons are strong. But you could safe spot them, so. You could theoretically kill one of these things with, like, if you had enough runes with like level 1 magic, just air striking them to death. It would take forever, but you could theoretically do it, because if you can get into the right spot, they can't hurt you until you go to pick up your loot, in which case you'll probably get attacked once and die if you don't have a anti-dragon shield. Yeah, there's some nature runes. Law and nature runes being literally the two most valuable runes, because they're used for, well, the best spells. Law runes are used for teleports, and nature runes are used for literally things like, where even is it in here? Well, things like Bones to Peaches, which isn't all that important. Yeah, High Alchemy, which basically converts an item into gold. Which is how a lot of items probably still have pretty high value, is because High Alchemy exists and works to my knowledge, so... Same with Low Alchemy, but Low Alchemy is not worth it. I think I can kill one more and then my inventory will be full. And then probably by the time I get... Oh no, I still have plenty of room. What am I thinking? I can do 2 more. And then probably by the time I get back, this dragon will already be being camped by somebody else. So I'm probably not even going to bother coming back. I might actually come back and check, but if there's somebody here, I'm not going to stick around. I might just go work on smithing a bit or something. Mining and smithing. I've yet to figure out where the most efficient spot to mine would be. Like, closest to... Mine iron ore closest to a bank chest. I'm pretty sure the crafting guild is a good spot, but... my crafting is 1. So... I ain't getting in there. Yeah, I've had the server restart as I was about to kill a green dragon. That was the worst. All those arrows just gone. No actual kill from the dragon. I got the experience, but I didn't actually get to kill the dragon. Jeez, I just zoned out there for a second. This is what RuneScape does to you, man. Hoping for more rune daggers. Well, honestly, I'm hoping for more runes. And steel plate legs. Gimme. Gimme. Oh, jeez. No, a little closer. That's better. This will be my final dragon. May I also go fight some hill giants or something? I don't know. I imagine the hill giants are also pretty packed, given the number of players online. And hill giants being, I think, the second highest level enemy at 34? Might be wrong on that one, though. Yeah, I think I have basically every drop that the green dragon can drop in my bank at this point. So, like, mithril kite shields, mithril axes, steel plate legs, nature runes, law runes, rune daggers, their bones and dragon hide. Steel battle axes, they can drop those as well. The steel battle axe is like the most insulting drop. Because if you're fighting green dragons, you don't need a steel battle axe. You don't really need the steel plate legs, but there's still a chance that your defense may not be that high. So if you ever do go meleeing, well, the steel plate legs will be handy and save you a bit of money. But no one wants to buy them because you can just buy them from the armor shops. So unless you're undercutting them on the Grand Exchange and someone's being lazy and not just going to the armor shops, then you're never going to sell them. They're not worth their rune cost to High Alch. So because the runes it takes to cast High Alchemy are worth a little more than steel plate legs are to High Alch. It's mostly the one nature rune, because you'll be holding a fire staff to do it, so the fire runes won't matter. You'll have an infinite supply of those. That is basically how you figure out if something is worth casting High Alchemy on. Is its value, is the gold you'll get worth more than the nature rune? That's the general equation. And usually the only way to figure out how much it's worth is to Google it. God damn it. Stop with this smithing. I could probably do bronze. No, bronze would be a lot slower smithing experience. And I'd get roughly as much out of it as doing iron. I'll keep doing iron. I should figure out where I can mine some coal. Oop. Okay, I'm gone. The mages are out today. Magic is the second best way of fighting green dragons, so I'll stop here. Okay, that's just where I can buy it. I could also use a better pickaxe. I've just got to steal one. Let's actually see. Some proper RuneScape. That's copper and tin. There should be some coal around here somewhere. It's iron, tin, tin. Coal. Okay. So yeah, I can get it from here. From here, the closest bank is Varrock. And this isn't a quick way out either. I wonder if Barbarian Village has coal in it. You know, it does in RuneScape 3. I just forget what it has in it in old school. Because that is significantly closer to Varrock. And coal is going to be valuable because it's needed to smith everything above iron. So if I can get a nice supply of that built up, that'd be great. But I think it's just tin over here. Oh no, coal. That works. Hey, buddy. Oh, hey. You left another arrow. Yeah, I had 420 when I started. I've consumed 100 arrows. That's another thing. I was getting a lot more of my adamant arrows back. Like, generally I'd lose one every 5 arrows in general. Meanwhile, these iron arrows, I seem to be losing about 1 every 3. So, which makes sense. They're lower quality arrows. But makes me really question why people use frickin' iron arrows for that. Just don't make no sense. I could understand it if it was the wilderness, because then you're risking less. But loot tab. Doop, 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 doop. I want these runes for myself. I've got 26k in loot in here. I'm up to 35 green dragons. Takes so long. Yeah, I can use a mithril pick, right? Where's mining? Yeah. Oh, I can almost use an adamant one. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll keep mining with my steel pick for now. Then when I jump one more level, I'll come back to the bank here, take out my money, and go buy an adamant pick. Guys are about to be getting the mining experience. I really should have put some music on for this. Just watching the desktop audio, you guys can probably hear so much white noise from the microphone. You know what? How does this work? It doesn't appear to be working. See, this is why I wasn't doing it before, is I don't... Play. No, it just doesn't want to. Okay. It does not wish to play. Hello, barbarians. I'm coming to mine your coal. Oh, okay, no, it's just someone safe spotting the barbarians. Okay. Well, I'm just here for the coal. Welcome to the mining experience. How may I help you? Well, the mining experience when you're using an underleveled pick. If I had like a rune pickaxe, this would be much more efficient. But I can't even use one of those yet, so... Barbarians are also a nice way to get law runes, I think. Law or nature runes, I forget which. Law runes. Yeah. And mind runes. Beautiful, beautiful mining sounds. Normal RuneScape, there's music playing too. I can't get at the thing too much for the music not working, and it's kind of late in the stream for me to just suddenly go, I'm gonna put some music on. I mean, I could, but I'm just not going to. It'd feel weird to me, looking back at it all. I was kind of worried these were actually going to take as long as normal coal does to come back. Now, if that's what it was going to do, I was going to honestly hop worlds and mine. Because that's how you basically have to do it in proper old school. Is mine up the rocks, hop worlds, mine up another world, hop back to the first world. The first rock might be back. Your best bet is going through 3 worlds to mine the coal. I think that guy's training defense and ranged equally. So that is an option. You can train both. It just trains each of them slower. It does. This is a steel pickaxe. Coal is a level 30 rock, I believe. Steel is a level 20 pick. Which that right there should explain it. I know steel pickaxe is 6 mining, coal is 30. I should be using a mithril pick, but I'm waiting to get the adamant one. I'm just gonna skip over mithril. Save myself some money. It'll go faster once I level up one more time and go and get the adamant pick. This is why no one likes mining and smithing. It takes forever. I used to really like doing it, though. Like, back in RuneScape 2's early days. And even to the point where, like, I was still doing this in, like, 2009, 2010. My old character was nearly, like, by the time I stopped playing, was, like, 80 in both mining and smithing. Like, I wasn't doing rune stuff entirely. But, like, I would just go and make, like, oh, there we go. There's the level. I was making, like, iron equipment, because you can equip that at level 1 stats, and just going into Lumbridge, which is the starter town, and just dropping it on the ground. Like, the established players would ignore it, and new players would be like, oh my god, iron gear, like, hell yeah. And so they would end up getting an iron longsword, iron plate body, iron plate full helm, iron plate legs, iron kite shield. Like, that's what I enjoyed doing. Which probably explains why I like streaming so much. Lag. Put this coal away, give me my money. Back to the Dwarven Mines, so I can go buy the pickaxe from the pickaxe dude. It's also where I'll be getting my rune pickaxe, because it doesn't drop from anything, and I'm not buying it from a player. Like, there are not many people that can make rune right now. Which would make it rather convenient if I ended up getting up to rune, because then I could just start massively undercutting everybody. Because that's just how I work. Like, just using an example from, like, EVE Online. For a while, there was a type of drone called integrated drone. I mean, the drone still exists. It's not like it went anywhere. But, you could buy the parts to build integrated drones for less than they were selling for. So, I entered that market, and then crashed it. Because I was undercutting everybody by such a huge margin, but I was producing so many drones that people just had to meet my price. Because it was just too inefficient for them to buy me out and try reselling them. Because I was selling, like, thousands of each type of drone. Because I ended up getting a ton of blueprints for making them. I'm going to put that down because it bothers me that it's up. Like, I just completely crashed that market by just flooding it. with drones. The market for integrated drones still hasn't recovered last time I checked. Hey, Nermoff. I'm lagging. Hey, Nermoff. Hey, I can't afford it. I can't afford that, however. Gimme. Right, my combat level isn't high enough to actually equip Adamant. Well, I don't need the steel pick anymore anyway. So, give me 300 GP back. So I'll be mining at slightly less overall efficiency because I'll have one less inventory spot, but it just needs to be on the hotbar for me to use it. I don't need to be able to hold it in my hand as a weapon. I just need to be able to hold it in my hand as an item and have the mining level to actually swing it. But basically, RuneScape in general, for people who've never played, is basically an MMO of nothing but grinding stats. So if you enjoy seeing numbers go up, you'll enjoy RuneScape. Alright, Jaden's. I might as well mine an inventory of coal. I'm here. This should go faster. Mining is a lot of RNG, so it might go the same speed. This is going almost the same speed. It might be going the exact same speed. RIP. Overall, it should go faster, though. It should. Yep, like Spike. Yeah, this definitely feels faster, so. Not by a huge margin, but it is faster. I still enjoy mining. Like, even like this, I still enjoy mining. There's just something relaxing about it. I mean, let's face it, I'm getting 3 coal faster than I was killing a green dragon. So... and both are a case of right-click and wait. So... I'll take mining. Yep, behind the rock. There we go. After 1 day and 2 hours, I have these stats. I'm okay with that. I mean, this is total playtime of... I've spent 26 hours and 10 minutes in this game. I'd have roughly half of these stats if it wasn't for the double experience all the time. So, you know... actually wonder here. Yeah, I think of the spells I'm using, the mind runes are the most obnoxious. But if I, start using this, it's going to be air runes. So I may as well just work on air runes for my rune crafting. Because I think they're always used for, like, everything. Cast runes are... okay. Where could I get a decent supply of chaos runes? I could just buy them. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Though I'd prefer to get them for free. Hello, Anissa. Welcome to Minescape. I'm doing rather well. How are you doing? I mean, I suppose I woke up to a kind of frustrating experience, but at the same time, that being my computer being a complete ass, but it happens. It likes doing that. Yeah, this is basically the MMO RuneScape in Minecraft. Because why not, I guess. I am okay with that, though. And I am playing Minecraft because my sister let me use her account, because I still refuse to buy another copy of Minecraft. I already bought the game once. Back when it was like $9. Really don't feel like paying basically $30 for a game that I've already bought and just had my copy of the game stolen under Mojang's watch. And if I had the money, I could sue them over it. Keep having leg spikes. The game is definitely not happy to be being streamed. There is more to the game than standing here whacking a rock with a pickaxe. It's basically, RuneScape itself is basically an MMO of watching numbers go up. So, and mining is just part of watching those numbers go up. Hey, mining of 32. Progress! I should really just be mining iron. Because I'm not even high enough smithing to make use of any of this coal, am I? Suppose I could make... No, that's silver. Yeah, I can't even make steel yet. Steel is 2 coal to 1... Hello, lag spike. 1 iron. Rune is 5 coal to 1 rune. Adamant is 4 coal to 1 adamant. Mithril is 3 coal to 1 mithril. It's kind of sad that I remember that just off the top of my head. Assuming that the numbers haven't changed over the years. Because they may have changed. Or they might just be different for this as well. More lag spikes. So much lag, jeez. This is all just happening out of nowhere. I mean, I was getting a few lag spikes before, but jeez. This is a bit much. I might have 1 more coal and go bank all of this. Then go mine some iron. Stream isn't going to be going for too much longer, but I'll keep it going a bit longer. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably just getting off of school and stuff now, so... Oh, excuse me. There's Minecraft providing a bit of music again. I told it to play the music from the mod here itself, but it refused, so... It was like, nah, I don't feel like doing that. Five smithing experience. Hey, thanks for interrupting me for 5 smithing experience game. These lag spikes, jeez. 400 ping. That is a lot of ping. Do I even have any iron already in here? Or did I use it all? Yeah, I used it all. I have so much just useless crap in there. Now, I do know there is a mine directly south of here that has iron nodes in it. And I think it's probably the closest iron to a bank I can get. Though it also may not be. I don't rightly know. Gotta love these lag spikes. Probably getting close to a restart. Would be my guess. It seems like Minecraft gave up on music. That was always a minor issue I had with Minecraft. It's like, it has music, but it doesn't play it all the time. They have a lot of tracks. They could just have them play all the time, but no. No, can't do that. Music? Who needs music? Who needs sound other than this beautiful sound right here? And I will remind everyone once again that there will be a stream later tonight of Friday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! Assuming I don't fall asleep. I did wake up about 2 hours before I should have today. I don't know why, but I know I did. I shouldn't have woken up until nearly 4, and I woke up at 2. I even had an alarm set for 4. I'd honestly planned on streaming at 4. Like, you know, about 4:30-ish. And I woke up at 2, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll stream early then. I tried to have the stream start around 3. And that didn't work. Thank you, computer. I'm gonna be salty about that for a while, but it's just because I get salty when really any computer, any bit of technology just randomly decides to stop working when it was working just fine and nothing's happened to it. Like, I know my issues there were probably caused by updating the computer because Windows Update had turned itself back on, even though I had set it to so that it would the service would only start if I told it to, because I don't like forced updates. Purely because I don't like restarting my computer. It takes time, and time is important. Time is the most valuable resource of them all, because you can get any other resource back. You can't get time back. Which is partially why I don't know why you guys watch me. Like, geez, you're just wasting time here. What are you doing with your lives? Okay, just given all the lag spikes, I think I'm going to end the stream off, though. I have gone a little over 2 hours, so. And as I mentioned, I will be back streaming later tonight, and I'm also out of coffee, so, I mean, it's probably a good thing. You know, I'll smelt down this stuff while I'm here if I can. This isn't a smelter, is it? No, it isn't. Oh yeah, I can't smelt anything while I'm here. I was hoping I could, but that's just anvils. Can't smelt this iron by just hitting it with a hammer. That's not how it works. But yeah, with that, as I've mentioned many times, I'll be back streaming later tonight around 11 p.m. Atlantic time with Friday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll be testing out a new deck I've worked on. It's probably not going to work too well. I'll also probably be messing with my older decks, seeing if I can make them any better. I'm probably going to be trying to build Ojamas mixed with the new cute archetype, because why not? It's generic level 2 beast support. Yeah. With all that said, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you later tonight on Twitch for Friday Night Yu-Gi-Oh! See you all then.